So today I want to do something with you. I want to put cancel culture into perspective to showcase why you and I need to fight it. Why? Because posts like this keep popping up, trying to destroy people's lives. This is about Vic Mignogna. This is 18 months after people tried to utterly devastate his life, and they're still trying to utilize his name for clout. When they do that, they make some of the most egregious statements possible. People are just supposed to deal with it. I say, heck no, we got to call this stuff out, and we got to stop it. We got to burn this mess down. So hey there. Now today, before beginning, this is our new comic book, Another Case for the Littlest Umbrella. Link is in the description, and this has had an extension, so it has 29 days left. This is how we maintain sponsor-free living. We're beholden to no one when we do this stuff. We can fight the things that we complain about. We can either walk away or fight them. We choose to fight, and so much more. We'll talk about that at the end of the video, and thanks for checking that out. Now, if you don't know the name Vic Mignogna, he is probably the biggest name, other than, say, Johnny Depp, that cancel culture has tried to cancel with certain types of claims, and you can see this stuff solidifying around January 17th, 2019. Again, we're talking about a year and a half ago. You notice this here. This is when a hashtag pops up. Hard to say this, especially on the night the Dragon Ball Z film dropped, and knowing that I have friends and acquaintances at Funny, but at Funimation, I think it may be time to reconsider hiring Vic Mignogna as a voice actor in the future due to years and great volumes of sexual misconduct. Does this need like a hashtag or something? Something like, I don't know, hashtag kick Vic. Or does that evoke too much of an image of physically kicking him rather than giving him the boot? I don't know WTF I'm doing. I don't create hashtag. Now, the use of that hashtag was perhaps one of the most egregious examples of cancel culture I have ever seen, and you can see the damages that it wrought. I mean, this is just a small overview of what happened too. But in 2019, look at all the conventions that he was canceled from. This man pretty much had his career devastated. Now, the reasons that they put up here too: unwanted physical advances, rude behavior, unsolicited physical affection. Now, if you look at the buzzwording and actually break it down, at first it was claims like this: going out and actually hugging fans. Now, what's insane about this stuff, too, is you can see Vic Mignogna here in the upper right. This was complained about at the time, but this is the same person with other voice actors, and that was A-okay. This somehow at a convention when a picture that they paid for was somehow wrong. But here in other conventions that they pay for, it's somehow A-okay. Weird, isn't it? Absolutely weird. Now that then morphs into claims like, oh my God, a decade ago, this guy, he ate a jelly bean with a voice actress's name on it, here in a picture represented from Peter Gilmore. And that stuff, it turns into worse claims. And those claims, they never ever come with any type of proof. Now, in the real world, most rational human beings would move on. They would find something else to do. But not in the Twitter sphere, where basically everything is built on this type of clout. I mean, a year and a half, 18 freaking months? Why does that matter? Not when you can chase down that socially transmitted disease, the current year clap, and still get some likes, retweets, and comments to boot. Here you have somebody that is actually bringing up Vic Mignogna in the positive. And again, look at the date here. We're talking about June 15th, 2020. So happy Monday, Vic fans. Again, positive stuff here. Does anyone remember Viewmasters? My buddy, this person here on the STC Facebook group does. He made a mock-up of what a Star Trek Continues Viewmaster packet would have looked like back in the day if they existed. Stay safe, everyone. Hashtag Vic Mignogna. Now, of course, seeing that hashtag Vic Mignogna, being able to add something onto that, you're going to have randos come out of the woodwork saying, ooh, Vic Mignogna sexually assaulted, kissed me without my consent, me when I was 15 at a con. Now, these accusations, they are nothing new. In fact, if you look at this picture here, this was one utilized by Anime News Network. They blurred out the face and all. It makes it rather creepy, doesn't it? I mean, you see this guy, he's giving this younger girl in the picture a kiss on the cheek. It makes this look sinister. The only problem is here that we're talking about things that are transpiring in front of audiences. We are talking about things that happen in conventions. You're talking about photo ops that are set up. This particular one that Anime News Network had to remove did not apologize for it. Mind you, it was actually set up from a fan dinner, and this person actually went in and they cleared up the record on it, saying, yeah, about that, you need to stop using that to try to damage people. The people that tried to damage Vic Mignogna too, they did the same thing. They would go in and they would engage in the same type of behavior, but they would say, hey, my stuff, it was consensual, because we're at conventions just like he is. We're engaging with fans just like he is, but somehow in some way that's different. Now, another amazing thing about this stuff is how people change up their stories over time and how they turn something that was innocent, they knew it was innocent, into something monstrous for clout. I mean, again, we're talking about this accusation here. Look at how they followed this up when someone asks them about it. When you told me the story, you said it was no big deal and that you thought he was being nice. So what changed? So essentially, they had told this story before, but it had a different narrative tone. At that time, Vic Mignogna was being a nice guy. He actually spent time around them and on. It was actually a great thing. But now, of course, no clout for that. Let's change up our story. So they note, I recovered a bunch of memories from the con that I had buried and realized how toxic it was. I am AO. So I recovered memories out there. And now, just now, I'm starting to realize just how bad that experience was. It took me all of this time. Yeah, that really makes sense. Now, what's crazy about this type of stuff, too, is it's like an e-clout version of induced false memories. I don't know if you remember this kind of stuff, but back in the 90s, you had people talking about repressed memories where they would go to therapists. They would find out that they had been, quote-unquote, abused in the past. They would accuse people. People would go to jail about that, only to find out years down the road that that stuff, it never actually happened. Then we should have learned a lesson about listening and believing. But hey, we're here now in current year, and we still haven't learned a freaking thing. Now, what's crazy about this, too, is that one claim, it's not enough for some people. They have to outdo each other. They have to out-victim each other because that brings in more clout. Here you have somebody talking to that first person, and they bring up Vic Mignogna in the same way, saying, hey, Vic Mignogna touched my A when I was 14. But then they have to bring in something more, insulting the guy because of his belief system, because they love to say that he hates certain types of fans out there. He also, they continue, refused to sign a poster for my friend who was trans because they were trans. Dun, dun, dun. He's such a monster. He's such a monster indeed. Now, what fascinates me about cancel culture is the fact that if you don't believe all, if you don't go out and adopt these standards, then you're the one that has a problem. Not these people, not the ones that really, they showcase problems and admit to it. No, you're the one that's the bad guy in it. If you start looking into them too, you start noticing just how many problems these people admit to having. The fact that they're on medication, the fact that they admit that they go out and they blame other things outside of themselves for their warped perception of reality instead of going out and, laying claim to it. And they tell you too that they have some really disgusting problems out there, gross problems, that they have mental breakdowns, telling you again that they are disjointed from reality. But hey, you need to believe them because they throw out accusations. See, that's the thing that kills me about listen and believe culture. You have people out there telling you exactly who they are, and they're telling you that they are messed up individuals. Here, when your mood and personality are so effed up, you constantly believe you have some kind of undiagnosed disorder, or you have PTSD because of your effed up past. And they continue by telling you that this personality disorder, this is borderline personality disorder. Yeah, that says something. You know what it says? It says that they're type of person that will do anything for attention. And if they're not getting the type of attention that they think that they merit, well, they might indeed escalate. I'm not saying everyone out there would escalate, but when we're talking about cancel culture, when we're talking about listen and believe, these are the type of people that are telling you that they are not trustworthy. And yet, here we are, 18 months after the fact, with them still trying to pile on, still making someone unhireable because, hey, somebody might backpat me. That's wrong. That's a call to arms for people like myself and yourself, saying that this stuff is far from over, things are not getting better, and that people like Vic Mignogna, people like Johnny Depp, they deserve to have people that come out and fight for them, because you know what? We're fighting for ourselves in that too. But anyway, you let me know what you think about this. 18 months, and still, people, there is no end in sight. Let me know what you think about it, though. So this is our second comic, Another Case for the Littlest Umbrella. Link is in the description. And, well, we've had 30 days added on, so I hope you'll help us out with it. In this, we can challenge the mainstream, put together a good product. We can go out, do whatever we want, and, well, these crazies, again, shut us down. We can also make something fun, and that's what this is supposed to be. Again, check that out, and thank you in advance. Also, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. You make these endeavors possible. Without you, none of this stuff works. I want to end, too, by saying, again, thank you. I appreciate you. Until next time, well, thanks.